you got a question on your mind, a few thoughts you wanna unwind, you can ask, you can ask, you can ask, you can ask. Got a couple problems, need help solve. Baby mama or daddy, unnecessary drama now. You can ask, you can ask, you can ask. Just ask Ashley.
What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Ask Ashlee, and I am super excited to be back with another episode of Midday Juice. I have missed Midday Juice so much. I cannot tell you guys enough. Oh my God, it's my baby. Let me just say that. I started Ask Ashlee a couple years ago, and I really dug deep into even live on Instagram too. My bad now, but I forgot how much I enjoyed doing Midday Juice. And then Midday Juice itself, it can take a toll on your body when you are considering what everybody else is going on and what they have going on and what they're going through, and then taking that on for yourself. It can definitely take a toll on your body. So nonetheless, I'm bringing it back. Shout out to Nathan, Ivy, and Sand Digital Media. I'm super excited to be a part of the family and have a lot of support behind me as I bring Midday Juice back. So I definitely wanted to say thank you guys. And to those of you that are tuning in, you may be familiar with me and what it is that I do. Maybe not. This might be your first time checking me out. Nonetheless, welcome to Midday Juice. So, couple little rules really quick. Make sure that you guys are sharing the video, liking the video, subscribing, following, commenting, drop your names, let me know that you're here, and let me know that you are kicking it with me today. And then every Tuesday and Thursday, we will be going live at 1 o'clock. So make sure that you are ready every single Tuesday and Thursday, because we will be here doing the Midday Juice. If you have something that you personally are going through, or whatever the case may be, and you want to talk about that on Midday Juice, you could shoot me an email at oneaskashley, okay? oneaskashley@gmail.com. Okay, I just wanted to get those couple little rules out there. All right, so how many of us have had that one-upper friend? It's like, girl, I'm going to the Bahamas with my baby. Oh, girl, me and my dude did that a couple years ago, but we ain't have a good time because blah, 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 blah. Or, oh my God, I just got this new job and I've been waiting to get this job for so long, and it's at this particular location, whatever the case may be. And it's just like, oh yeah, girl, I had that job too, and I didn't like it because I did X, Y, Z. Like, you always come across this person that is a one-upper or a me too. And it doesn't matter if it's positive. It doesn't matter if it's negative. It's like, somebody hurt me, somebody did X, Y, Z, and they like, yeah, girl, I've been through that too. And it's just like, geez, Louise, like, come on now. How many times have, we've endured something and it's the same? Like, it's nerve-wracking, right? So today's video, I got sis that came through, and I'm going to go ahead and read. Let me go to the email and read this email. And it's so crazy because even though I haven't done Midday Juice in a very long time, I still had a ton of people still emailing me Midday Juice questions. And for that, I rock with y'all. I rock with y'all heavy, and I appreciate y'all so much. So, hold on, let me pull this email up. All right. So the email reads, Dear Ashlee, and I want you guys to read it along with me. Dear Ashlee, a group of my friends and I are more like sisters than we are friends. We are extremely close, look out for one another, and we always have each other's backs. But like sisters, we have many disagreements, and those disagreements sometimes turn into bigger arguments or, in my opinion, revelations. I feel like I had a revelation about a friend, and I'm wondering how to proceed next. Last week, I received recognition for some work I had done in our community, and of course, I wanted to celebrate with my girls, my sisters. As we are out celebrating, my friend proceeded to share how she had received a similar award, but didn't mention anything to us because it's the kind of work that she does, and it's not that big of a deal. I dismissed it, didn't think anything of it, and I continued on with my celebration. Well, when we made it to dinner, I shared that my spouse and I had done some adult-like activities at the restaurant before. Okay, sis, come through with the adult-like activities. And this same friend mentioned how she had stopped coming to this restaurant with her spouse for a reason that I won't mention. But then she had known it before I invited us all out there. Then I started noticing for the rest of the night, every time I said something about myself, she always had a me too moment. It damn near felt like a competition. How do you handle being in a situation with a friend that feels like she always has to have one up on you? And I don't want it to affect our relationship, but it is. Am I being petty? And she signed off anonymous. So before we go ahead, hey guys, thank you guys so much for saying hello. But before we go ahead and get started, I just want to know what you guys think. Have you ever been through a situation like that? Have you ever had like the one upper friend who, always feels like they have to say what they did in relation to what it was that you've done? And what have you done about it? Have you, kind of dismissed it? Have you went along with it? Have you said, girl, shut up, because I'm tired of hearing what it was that you doing, and we talking about me right now? Because sometimes when you with your girls, you can do stuff like that, right? So I want to know what it is that you guys have done. Have you gone through the similar situation? Have you guys dealt with it before? Now, I'm going to say this. As messed up as it is, I have actually been a one-upper friend, but I didn't realize that I was being a one-upper friend, right? I didn't realize that it was negatively affecting our friendship until my friend was real with me about it. And she was just like, girl, I feel like every time I say something, you got something to follow up. And I was like, damn, boy, I didn't realize that it bothered you or it affected you like that. But this is why I love real friendships, genuine friendships, because your friends should be able to keep it real with you and tell you about yourself without it really hurting your feelings. And even if it does hurt your feelings for a hot second, you should be able to take that on the chin and realize that you got friends and you've chosen those friends. So they should be able to come to you and say whatever it is that they need at any time. Keith says, that doesn't sound like a real friend to me. Okay, Key, I stick with me for a second, baby. Stick with me for just a second. Hey, Brenda, thanks so much for taking the time to tune in. Okay, so as you guys are sitting back and considering if you've been through this situation before, had to endure this type of disagreement or altercation before, how was it that you handled it? Did you instantly take it personal? Did you instantly assume, like, my girl Key just said, that doesn't sound like a friend? Did you instantly start to feel like, damn, I feel like, we always in competition with one another? Let me just say this. First of all, there's nothing wrong with competition. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. This is competition that pushes you to be your best. Competition that sharpens, what is it that my girl Karen Davis says of Storybook Entertainment? Iron sharpens iron, right? So healthy competition, when it's in that form, in that manner, there's nothing wrong with that. But then I want you to take into consideration that, one, you chose this friend, okay? So as you are thinking about the friend that you have chose, take into consideration who this person is. Separate yourself for just a second. Take yourself out of the situation and separate who you are and what it is that you're talking about and what it is that you have going on, and separate yourself completely from the situation for just a second. Okay? Instagram, you listening? Facebook, you with me? Okay. One, take into consideration who it is that you're dealing with. What is this friend's traumas? What are the disappointments that this person has gone through? What are some of the ugly things that this person has had to endure that makes them feel like they always have to say me too, or I went through this too? What are some of the successes that they're afraid of? What are some of the failures that they've been through? Because keep in mind, sometimes this don't have nothing to do with you. Sometimes the Me Too moment or the dang, I went through that too has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it is a way for your friend to feel validated in having that conversation with you, or a way for your friend to feel validated in being in the same space with you. Sometimes we don't realize how much our friends look up to us, right? And sometimes their insecurities come off like Me Too moments. And I can say this because I'm a realist, right? Me being the person that has gone through my own, oh, that was me, or I went through that too. I have amazing, dope, bright, magical, intelligent, resilient, gorgeous friends who I sometimes am like, I can't believe those are my girls. I can't believe those are my friends. You know what I mean? I've been through so much, and until you feel like you are worthy enough, you don't really stop and consider that you belong in that same space with them. So if you are the friend that's a Me Too friend, You got to kind of take it down a notch and not come off as boastful or not come off as needy of the attention, but more so just come off as relatable versus the me too. This happened to me too, whether it's good or bad. All right. So if you are that friend who has to endure the me too movement, not the sexual one, okay, but the one that's like, oh, I went through this too, oh, I had to go through this too, take a minute to just consider who that person is. Now, once you take a minute to consider who that person is to you, baby, listen, if that ain't what it is, if there's no failures, no disappointments, no needy sense of validation or something like that, then I'm with my girl Key. You may need to cut sis off because she may be in the wrong state of mind, and she may be doing it for the wrong reason. She may be jealous of you. I'll give you guys a quick story. I had a friend of mine who I absolutely adored. I mean, she was gorgeous, she was intelligent, she was smart, she had this beautiful smile. She was magical to me. And I thought that she loved me too. I mean, I thought, I'm beautiful. I smile. You know what I mean? I got my little thing going on for myself too. And lo and behold, sis was hating on me the whole time. She was bad mouthing me. She was talking mess about me. She was downplaying my successes. And I had no idea it was because she was low key jealous of me. Some of us encounter those friends who are jealous, but also love us. And it's like, they love everything about us, but everything they love, they hate because it's not them. And it's because they're too afraid to go beyond in their own personal life to reach those same successes. So first, consider who your friend is. If that's the person that we're talking about, the jealous friend, the friend that low-key hates on you, then yeah, that's not a real friend. You need to get rid of her. Get rid of her ASAP. Let me go to the comment section really quick and check out what the comments say. All right, so Key said I said what I said, because if it happens every now and again, then it may be different. I've been in this situation, and when I had to look back at this person, it was a competition. We are no longer friends, but this was a sign. And on the flip side, I agree with you. Sometimes people don't know what they are doing until it's addressed. And yes, I agree with the validation. I also think that the Me Too does come from insecurities. And once you heal, you will see the difference. I've been there too. And I've been there too myself, Key. Like, once you start to notice, once you are in this space where you have dope ass friends that can come to you and say, sis, you tripping, like you're doing too much. I'm feeling away. I don't like what it is that you're doing. Then yeah, you can kind of, scale back. And especially if this friendship matters to you, scale back a bit, see how it's making them feel, and then readjust. And again, be open-minded enough to be friends or to be real friends and be able to speak your piece without anybody getting hurt. I do want to give you guys a couple of tips on how to deal with competitive friendships, because again, competition is not a negative thing when it's a healthy competition. All right. When you are dealing with healthy competition, healthy friendships, healthy forms of communication, these things are okay. And I think that sometimes we have lived in such an ugly, traumatic experiences in our lives that we forget that sometimes these things can be healthy for us and they push us to be better. So take into consideration who you're dealing with. And then if you have a friend that is competitive and has this one-upper moment or this me moment, then this is how you deal with them. One, always be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Be honest with your friends. If you cannot be honest with your friends, they are not your friends. And if you feel like you cannot be honest with your friends, then guess what? You may not be theirs. I said what I said. They may be great friends, but if you feel like you can't be honest, you may be the issue. Okay? Don't be mad at me, because I'm being honest, and honest is the best policy. Number two, learn how to establish boundaries. Learn how to come and say, I want to celebrate tonight with my girls. I want to be able to say, I want to go out and celebrate me, and tell them this matters to me. We talk about me tonight, and your friends should be able to understand that. Now, you can't do this every night, because then you just come out selfish and you come off real uppity, and ain't nobody got time for the sedittiness. Okay. Nobody has time for that. But if you can go to your friends and you can calmly say, listen, this is what matters to me. I want to be able to celebrate me tonight. I do not want to hear about what happened with you and your baby daddy, or you and your husband, or what happened with you and your coworkers. Tonight we talking about me. They should be able to respect that and not be a problem moving forward. Number three, it is okay for you to give praise when praise is due. If you can give praise to your friends, that is okay. If your friends can give praise to you, that is okay. This key, because hopefully you still watch it, goes back to the entire validation point. Sometimes people overstep and they overcompensate because they need to feel validated. But if you as a friend can already validate that, then there's no reason for them to do so, right? Because my friends will tell me in a heartbeat, baby, I'm so proud of you. Baby, I love you so much. Baby, you doing the damn thing. My homegirl, KK, just dropped. She said, come on with the graphics, baby. Like, your friends should be able to be there and root for you. Rooting for you sometimes comes off like validating you before you even ask for that validation. And if you need that validation, take a deeper look into yourself, work on that. But in the meantime, there's absolutely no problem with you having certain friends that are there to validate you yourself. And lastly, I will say this, and this one is going to touch home to some people. Diversify your friend circle. Diversify your friend circle. You do not have to have the same friends in the same circle all the time. You don't. I love my friends. I love my circle. Don't get me wrong, but it is okay to have friends outside of your friends. And your friends do not have to be friends with your other friends. Would it be great? Absolutely. Is it necessary? Hell no. It's just not. It's just not. And sometimes it is better to keep certain friendships separate, and that's healthy, but that's also a way for you to feel validation somewhere else so that you can go to the other friend and say, sis is getting on my damn nerves. I don't want to talk about this with her. I'm going to come and talk to you about it. Or you can say, I want to go out and celebrate, but I know this one particular friend is going through something. It's going to be a drag. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to go out with these friends, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. Be honest. Give praise when praise is due. Diversify your friendships. What else I say, y'all? Don't let me forget. What else I say? Oh, and the most importantly, establish boundaries. Have boundaries. So, in case the point of sis that sent an email in, I will say, take a stronger look at the friend. Realize who this friend is to you. See where this friend falls. See where this friendship falls, right? And then go based off of that. If this friendship matters to you, it's time to sit down and have a real conversation. A real, genuine, transparent ass conversation. I said what I said. Okay. And then from there, determine what you want to do. If this friendship matters to you, follow those 4 tips. If the friendship doesn't matter to you, it's time for you to have a conversation, and it's time for you to cut your losses. Because at the end of the day, we are dealing with some bigger stuff going on in the world, especially within our community. And the last thing we need to be arguing about is some petty friend nonsense that we was dealing with in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the last thing we need to deal with. So I'm going to say these 4 tips again. I want y'all to drop any experiences that y'all have had. I want y'all to tell me what it is that you're thinking. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong. I'm strong enough to deal with that. I don't think I'm wrong, but you can tell me if you think I am. But number 1, establish those boundaries. It's healthy and it's okay for you to have boundaries within your friendships. Number 2, give praise when praise is due, because that's okay. And that also helps validate the friend that may need it. And if the friend needs the validation, it's okay for you to help her work through that. Or it's okay for you to suggest to her to go to therapy and work it out on her own. Number 3, what did I say number 3 was? First of all, diversify your friendships. That's the one I'm going to go with. We're going to just make that number 3. Diversify your friendships. Know that it is okay to have other friends. Know that it is okay to have other friends, and know that your friends do not have to be friends. Your friends are your friends because you chose them. Your friends are actually the family that you chose. You know, some of us are born, well, not some of us, all of us are born with family. Moms, dads, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, great aunts, great uncles, all of that. We don't get to choose that, but our friends, we get to choose. Stand by your choice or reevaluate the choice you made, and then move accordingly. And last but not least, always be honest. Be honest with your friends. If you cannot be honest, take a look at the friends that you have. If you cannot be honest, because not of them, but because of you, take a look at yourself and see what type of friend you are. From there, you can make your decision. All right? So hopefully, y'all learned a little bit of something. I'm not going to take too much of your time with the Midday Juice. I missed y'all so much. And I want to make sure that you guys are fully aware that Midday Juice is not replacing Monday Night Juice. Monday Night Juice will be back on Monday. It's just you get a little extra cup of juicy doses from Ask Ashlee. But we will be back on Tuesday at 1 p.m. And if you have a question that you want to ask or get advice for, please make sure that you shoot me an email at 1, that's the number 1, askashley@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in with your girl. I missed you all so much. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye. Mm-hmm.